Hey there, wrestling fanatics. How the hell's everyone doing? I'm doing quite well. This is your host here. Once again, it is Team Ryry, and back for a brand new episode of Team Ryry's Wrestling Podcast, episode number 46. I have a guest here. Has been a while since he's been on it. So go ahead and plug your social media.
Hi, my name is Jekko Knight, and you could subscribe to me on YouTube at Jekko Knight. You can follow me on Twitter at Jekko Knight, and you can like my Facebook page at Jekko Knight HD.
Thank you very much. All his links are down below if you did not, if you missed it, what he just said. Okay, this past Monday was the former general manager of Raw, SmackDown, Big Johnny. What's your thoughts on him when he made an appearance on Raw?
It's kind of like one of those. It's nice to see him again. I mean, I don't want him to stay, but it's always good to, see someone you haven't seen in a long time make an appearance on Raw.
Now, is he still part of the company? Like, is he do backstage, or what's the deal with him right now? Do you know?
I actually don't know. Last I heard that he wasn't doing anything, but I don't know for sure. I haven't heard anything for years.
Okay. Did you like his what he did back then?
A little bit. He was a bad actor, but...
Oh, yes, he was.
Yeah, he didn't sell any moves or anything.
Nope. Was he really, what he just said, he was a former talent relations, or was he just full of crap, what he just said on the mic?
He actually was former talent.
Oh, okay. So who took over, Triple H?
I forgot who took over. I don't remember, but I think it was someone else. That he kind of got pushed out of that position.
Okay. Now, do you think he did a good job when he was GM for Raw SmackDown, or do you think it was a buzzkill when he did it back then?
I don't know. A little bit of a buzzkill. I didn't really care for him too much.
So you don't like, what was his gimmick?
People Power.
Yeah, People Power. What's your thoughts on that gimmick?
The gimmick wasn't too bad, but
it got old. It got played out, didn't it? Big time, huh?
Yeah.
So I guess we still don't know who's gonna run Raw and SmackDown, do we? Or is it confirmed that Shane O'Mac's gonna run it, or is he just said that?
It's hard to say. I don't think it's been confirmed yet.
Okay. If you were running, if you were creators, who do you like to run Raw and SmackDown?
It's hard to say. I mean, it's nice to see Shane on one and Steph on the other.
Yeah.
But it depends on what direction they're pushing, each brand.
Okay. Do you think it should be even Raw and SmackDown? Do you think Raw is going to dominate like they usually do in the past on this draft coming up?
Chances are it's probably going to dominate, but I'm trying to figure out if they're going to do like what they did in the past, is have like more of the stars on Raw and have more of like the newer wrestlers and stuff on SmackDown. It's hard to say.
Okay. Do you think they're going to have NXT part of this draft at all?
I think so, yeah. I think they're going to pull quite a bit of them from NXT.
Okay. And you told me off the podcast you're not really fired up for this draft coming up, are you? You said.
It's kind of... I'm looking forward to it, but I know it's not going to be all that big. I don't know, I have a bad feeling about this draft.
Do you think it's going to be a crash and burn?
Maybe. We'll have to see, I guess.
And we'll see. And I also heard, I think I mentioned in my other podcast, or I don't know if it's a rumor, that, I don't know if it's USA wants a 3-hour SmackDown. Do you hear about that?
I did hear about that.
Is it confirmed or just another rumor?
Right now it's just another rumor.
I don't want to see that happen at all.
I know, me neither.
I mentioned this over I know I sound like a damn broken record, but if you got an upcoming pay-per-view, 3 hours for that, you got 3 hours of freaking for Raw, and you got possibility 3 hours of SmackDown. So it's insane.
Yeah.
That's too much. Plus, what are you gonna say? Go ahead.
Did you hear about the other rumor that they might make more pay-per-views to fit each brand?
Yes.
That's gonna. I hope they don't do that either. But I think that one's a little bit more true.
Yes, that's wow. Is that? I think that'd be buzzkill, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Man, did I do that before back then, or is this gonna be worse time?
Um, they didn't do it back then. They had the same amount of pay-per-views, maybe one extra.
Yeah.
But it was like one would be Raw, one would be SmackDown, one would be Raw. But not having two pay-per-views a month. They never did that.
Wow. Sometimes they do, but not too often, huh?
Yeah.
Man, jeez, what the hell is WWE thinking? Let's see what happens. And I also heard, well, you just mentioned they're gonna bring back some old school like Backlash, Clash of the Champions. So what else are they gonna bring back?
Oh, I forgot, but yeah, I did read that too.
But Backlash is only exclusive for the network, I'm assuming. So if you don't have a network, that sucks for you. But I don't know. Does that mean they're gonna put all these ones exclusive will be on DVD and Blu-ray, or what's the deal? I know it's so hard to tell,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully they know what the hell they're doing with the draft coming up.
Yeah, I hope so.
So I don't know. They need to do something because it's so boring on Raw and SmackDown. But when I mentioned before, it is too watered down, too PG, and they won't go any edgier than that. I don't know why. Is it because USA will get mad at them, or USA mad at them anyway because their ratings are so bad?
Yeah, I mean, part of it is being a publicly traded company and having a board of directors and all the sponsors like Mattel and stuff that they have.
Yep.
That if they did go to TV14, they'd lose basically a shit ton of
sponsors
and money.
Yeah, but well, I mean, so they on a big hard spot, huh? They're like in a rocking a hard place, right now.
I think so, yeah.
Oh god, and social media is not really helping either because too much spoilers right now until SmackDown goes live. But if this doesn't work, do you think SmackDown will go back for taping, or do you think they're gonna give us a couple years if it works out or not?
I imagine they'd give it a little bit of time just to see how it does.
Okay. Another discussion is, what's your thoughts on this past Sunday when Dean Ambrose cashed in Money in the Bank?
I thought it was a nice surprise. It's something that I didn't really think that it was going to happen, but it's nice to see a babyface as a champion.
Yes, finally. Because he was chasing for the belt over 2 damn years. Jesus.
Yeah.
Man, are you a fan of him, or are you just happy for the guy?
I'm kind of a fan of him.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes he overacts a little bit, but, I do enjoy his character.
Are you surprised he cashed in that night, or not?
It's hard to say. I was kind of surprised. I figured they'd at least, have him, cash in maybe in the next couple months or so.
Yeah. I guess they lost their faith on Roman because his promo sucks ass. He sucks in the damn ring. And I know it's not his fault, it's the creators. And you and I both know the reason they did that is like another version of John Cena, 2.0,
Yeah.
And it sucks. And speaking of Roman, what's your thoughts on him getting suspended for 30 days?
I still wonder what the heck he did to get suspended. I mean, what he actually took, but I don't know, I just find it kind of funny.
So, is he going to be back in time for Battleground, or do you think WWE's got to change their plans?
He will be back in time for Battleground, but to have him off, television the entire time until Battleground, I don't know if that's a smart move or not.
Yeah. If I was WWE, don't you think they should just postpone it until SummerSlam and they have Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose for the belt instead?
Yeah, that's what I would. That's what I would go with.
Because I think Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose have a better chemistry than put Roman in there, but that's just my opinion. And also, SummerSlam is the biggest event of the summer. They don't have no matches confirmed yet, and I think that'd be a great thing,
Yeah.
So, all that good stuff. And you heard about the news about Sunny, the latest about her?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you haven't?
Nah.
Well, I heard she's doing she hasn't been drinking over 60 days now, so that's good for her. So she's trying to get her act back in order now. She was a total mess. I'm not too sure you know about that, right? About Sunny?
I kind of heard some stuff, yeah.
So I don't know if W will ever allow her to come back to the company just for a visit. Do you think she fucked her? Do you think she fucked herself over for doing this stupid shit like this?
I, yeah, there was a good chance that a lot of the stuff she did and a lot of the stuff she said about the company, especially after she got put in the Hall of Fame, it's hard to say if she'll be back or not.
Do you think she was taking not drugs but alcohol? That's all she was talking stupid shit.
Probably alcohol does that.
Oh yeah. Was she the one, or is it somebody else sold her Hall of Fame ring? Was that her?
I think she tried to. I think she was going to, but then she decided not to afterwards.
Okay.
But she was going to.
I know another person sold a ring. I think it was I don't know, it was a pawn shop. You know what I'm talking about? Who did it besides her? You know what I'm talking about? It was recently, and they sold it. I forgot who it was.
Yeah, I forgot who it was too.
But I don't understand it. Why sell your ring? You should just put. Maybe the family don't want it. I think this person passed away, or a female. I don't remember. But let me know down below, wrestling fanatics. Who are we talking about? But if you're a wrestler, and you passed away, if your family members, if you were one of your family members, what will you do with the ring? Will you A, sell it, B, keep it for storage, or C, keep it just for the hell of it? What do you do in that predicament?
Mostly I would try to keep it just for prosperity and to show that that person was in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
But if you're gonna sell it, do it for like an auction. Don't give it to a pawn shop.
I know. What do you mean? Like sell it back to W? Is that what you're trying to say? Like that?
Or like on eBay or something. Say like legendary Hall of Fame person.
Yeah, but how they gonna know it's legit? eBay, Sometimes you get a lot of junk on eBay,
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, eBay's better than Craigslist because at least there's a buyer back guarantee.
Oh, so Craigslist is a bogus site?
You get a lot of shady stuff on there.
Oh, okay. I never tried it. Have you ever tried it, or do you know people who have?
I know people who have, and I've known people who actually sell shady shit on Craigslist.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of my friends.
Okay. Now speaking of draft, once again, we all know that Raw, SmackDown don't have the best draft. I mean, best roster, correct? I mean, of course, Raw have been dominating for years, but now they're saying they want to bring back 40 plus veterans to the company. What's your thoughts on this coming up for the draft?
The only good thing about that is it'll bring interest because a lot of people are having problems getting used to these newer people. So if they have a draft, they have all this stuff going on, and then they have names that people kind of recognize. That'd be good.
Yes. I heard they contact MVP. I'm assuming Carlito, Steven Richards, and Kurt Angle. But speaking of Kurt Angle says recently, I think today, he's not gonna come back. I don't believe it until I actually see it. Do you think he's full of crap to make the internet mad, or what's the deal? You think in your eyes?
It's a tough. It's hard to say with Kurt Angle. He tends to be a little bit more honest, but of course, since it got leaked as they talked to him, it's hard to say if he's gonna try to fool the internet or not.
I think he's full of crap because I don't think I think he wants to come back, but on the other hand, they should get that hush hush. I'd love to see him come back. He could be on SmackDown. They could give him a part-time contract, can't they?
Yeah.
So would you like to see him come back, or MVP, or Steven Breach? Steven Breach. I messed up there. I'm sorry, my viewers. Steven Richards. I'm sorry. But what guy would you like to see come back to the company to help out the young guys?
It's hard to say. I mean, it'd be kind of nice to see MVP, but I wasn't really a big fan of him when he was in WWE or TNA.
Me neither.
Stevie Richards would be cool. I wonder how well his health is and his neck is doing.
Why he had neck surgery?
I think so, yeah.
Um, and also I'm hearing that W contact like Goldberg. I'm hearing.
Uh, it's hard to say if Goldberg would want to wrestle. I have a feeling he's going to be in the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
but like as an active member, I don't see that happening.
No, but Sting was. He had a couple matches.
True.
So I don't know. And plus he's on W2K17. Are you gonna get the game or no desire to pre-order it?
I'm probably gonna skip because I don't know. Usually when I play those games, I just customize characters.
Okay.
That's basically all.
And I told everybody it's the same old thing. The only thing that's different is the roster. They might tweak about the storylines or whatever, but these wrestling games these days are not as good like the old days. But that's just my theory. I might buy it, but it's not worth the pre-order. You know, you could just
Yeah.
get this bonus stuff down the road. But there's just my theory. What else? What match did you enjoy this past Sunday for Money in the Bank?
Um, I missed part of the Money in the Bank match, but the stuff that I saw, the spots that they did, that was a good match.
Okay, did you see the AJ John Cena match?
Yeah.
Do you think in your eyes it was slow pace right away, or do you think it was an okay match? I mean, the first time they ever met.
I mean, the part that I saw, it looked okay, but then when people started pointing out that Cena was calling all the spots and it was kind of slow and sluggish, that's when I'm like, that's when I kind of noticed that it was a little bit slow paced.
Do you think when they have a rematch, do you think it'd be better than the first time they met?
I think so, yeah.
Were you a fan of AJ Styles back in like teenage days or beyond?
Basically TNA. I think I started watching in 2000, either 2003 or 2004, and I've been a fan of AJ since.
Do you think that he's gonna put him in the Hall of Fame? I know he only had a couple matches, but how is that gonna work when they bring in a guy from other companies? Is there a way they could put him in the Hall of Fame? I know they have no a lot of history on them, so how do you think that's gonna work out?
They could always use his Japan and Ring of Honor because I know they'll sometimes mention Ring of Honor on the main product.
Okay, I heard this past Monday the podcast Austin. They mentioned TNA. Did you watch that podcast with Austin?
Yeah, I watched it.
Did they mention TNA or was I just hearing things from social media people?
No, they actually talked about like how he started in TNA and
Wow.
They mentioned Dixie Carter a few times and AJ's thoughts on Dixie and
I'm surprised they mentioned it because it's not really a big company.
yeah. I mean, I think the only other time TNA ever got mentioned was the very first Stone Cold podcast with Vince McMahon. But I have a feeling after that when Vince kind of got upset and after that you didn't hear anything TNA
Really?
for the longest time. Yeah.
Is it because is that really a competition for W? Is that why McMahon don't want nothing to do with him?
Even though it's like not really that much competition, it's still a wrestling company, and I don't know. They just don't want to acknowledge him, I guess.
Do you think they should?
Um, it's hard to say. I mean, they technically don't need to, but of course, like with AJ and stuff, it's kind of hard to since he spent almost his whole career in TNA.
Yeah. Do you have a great memory or great match for AJ in TNA? I mean, the good old days. Not talking about before TNA is like now.
Yeah. I always liked the AJ Christopher Daniels matches and the AJ Samoa Joe, and when all three of those had like a three-way for like the X Division.
Okay.
Those were always classics.
He never met Kurt Angle, did he? AJ versus Kurt Angle, or Kurt Angle wasn't there, was he?
He was there. I'm trying to think when Kurt Angle was there, but I know they've wrestled.
I think
And
I think
mentioned in
I
the
think he got.
podcast
I think Kurt Angle joined TNA was 07, I think. It has to be right or late 06.
oh, yeah, '06, I believe.
Okay. Do you watch TNA anymore with the new TV a channel called Pop?
If I'm very bored and have nothing to do, I'll turn it on because I DVR it, but I really don't watch it that much.
Me neither. It's not that fun. I mean, I know a lot of people are don't like WWE because it's so hard to watch, especially Monday night. Do you still watch Monday Night Raw, or you watch other things?
I have two televisions in my room. The small one, have like Monday Night Raw, and my big one, I have video games.
Oh, okay. So you do both? You like multitask on Monday night?
Pretty much, yeah.
When the last time you actually watched a whole episode of Raw without skipping?
A couple months ago.
Wow. So you trying to say like a road to WrestleMania? Is that what you trying to say that time?
Probably, yeah.
Damn. That is sad, isn't it? Because the product's so bad.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
What's your thoughts on finally CM Punk is finally gonna be in a UFC in September?
We'll see how bad he gets his ass kicked in the UFC.
He took him what 2 years to finally announce that?
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus.
I know he's been struggling with his training, and the last time they announced a fight, he had to get back surgery or something, so that delayed it.
How did he get back surgery? He's not even do nothing.
Well, when you do like a lot of sparring and shit, cause I remember I did jujitsu and I had to stop because I fucked up my back and haven't been able to do anything. I still have back problems because of it.
Why does he want to go UFC anyway? Is it because to prove everyone else he could do it, or is it because to tell W to F off?
I think a little bit of both. I think he had interest, but I have a feeling a lot of it's basically to tell Vince to F off.
Do you think there's a way, if he gets his ass kicked, he's going to crawl back to WWE, or he just say, hell with this shit, I tried and I'm done. I'm just going to sit at home, just eat nachos and drink beer or whatever I got to do,
He can't drink beer, he's straight edge.
Well, that's just a gimmick. Do you think that's really legit for him?
I think for him it's legit.
Okay. I mean, whatever he's got to do, but do you think, shit, I can't handle this, I'm going to crawl my ass back to McMahon and say, please, can I have my job back? Or do you think he's going to do something else, do you think?
He's going to do something else.
Okay.
I mean, if nothing else, he could be a UFC commentator. I mean, he has like when he was commentating in WWE, he did really well, and he has like that kind of clear voice.
Yes.
So I think he could do UFC commentary or whatever else he wants to do.
And doesn't he like a part of Marvel Comics? Doesn't he?
Yeah, he has some sort of comic book. I don't know the exact details.
He could be a comic book. They could put him in a comic book movie if they ask him.
True.
But I don't think he has any experience for that department like The Rock.
Yeah.
So you're not a big fan of The Miz making these bogus movies like anyone gives a shit these days?
Nah.
So W just wasting his freaking talent, and I don't understand. He's not defending his belt. Don't you think they should strip him from the belt? Back in the day, if he had a belt that long, they strip it. What was the limit? Was it like 60 days back then?
Either 30 or 60.
They don't even mention it anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, you're not really fired up. I don't know if we discussed this. You're not really fired up for the pay-per-views coming up, right? For the brand split.
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, if they actually do 2 pay-per-views a month, that's going to be horrible.
Yes. And I know I made a video on this. What's your thoughts on Jerry the King Lawler incident?
Oh, kind of expected. I'm sure Jerry Lawler will be back because I think he's done too much, and something like this, it's bad PR. But as soon as the PR goes away and people forget about it, they'll bring him back.
It's the same thing what happened back in the day, and they had to bring in Paul Heyman to replace him.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Doesn't any wrestlers know better from the past?
You would think so, but
man,
of course, Jerry Lawler dating or marrying a 20-some-year-old, that's a recipe for disaster right there.
They get married or are they like dating?
I think they were married. I thought they were dating. I don't know, but if anyone knows, they can comment if they know for sure.
Yeah. Comment down below. Let us know down below. Now, like Kitty or Kat, wasn't she like a young woman too?
Yeah, she was young.
How old was she? Like in her 20s, 30s, 40s?
At the time, she was in her 20s. I don't know how old
Man,
she is now. I guess she's old now.
Jerry the King Lawler, he loves to date young girls, huh? Women, I mean.
Yeah.
Man,
Puppies.
how old is the king? He's got to be what, pushing 70, 80?
I think he's 60 some.
Okay. They might. I'm assuming that Jerry the King Lawler paid these ladies a lot of money to date him.
Probably.
Because if I was his age, probably I would do the damn singing. Probably I would do the same damn thing what the king does, but I'm not gonna get so damn drunk. I think both of them were drunk, right? Is that where they both got arrested?
Um, I heard that she was drunk. I don't know about Jerry,
Okay.
but I wouldn't doubt it.
But they said they both arrested him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly what happened. I know there was some dispute with a gun or something.
Oh, really? A
She was
gun
saying-
too? I heard a
Yeah.
knife. Was it a knife or just a gun?
There was a gun. I guess she was like, I don't know if she was threatening to kill herself or something, and I don't know.
Damn.
And that's Jerry's side of the story. Who knows exactly what happened?
Do you think when this is all said and done, do you think someone wants to interview the king about this incident or what?
Probably. I mean, I think Jerry spoke from jail about this. And
Oh,
that's how
really?
he told his side. Yeah.
Oh, in the video or just like an article?
Probably like a phone call or something.
Oh,
He reached out to someone.
because I bet any money down the road someone will interview Jerry King Lawler about this interview. I mean about this incident, and probably the king will spill his guts. Of course, money got to be involved, but I don't know. I just don't understand these wrestlers. Always in trouble. Always with the law. Always.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't understand. It's just so stupid. Um, do you think when SmackDown airs live, do you think they should change the stage or leave it as it is?
They should change their stage. I don't know if they'll do it because it's like the same for Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-views.
I know.
But they should have a separate, stage.
Yes, and in pay-per-views. Is it because they trying to cut back on costs?
I believe so.
Are you fired up for this cruiserweight coming up in July? Cruiserweight?
It looks interesting. I kind of saw something on Facebook earlier today of all the people that are in the cruiserweight thing. So it's
Yeah, even
looks like
Dana,
a lot of
even Dana Bryan was there.
yeah.
Does that mean Does that mean WWE's gonna bring back the cruiserweight belt? Is that a possibility or?
I have a feeling they might and maybe make it like a SmackDown exclusive. I'm guessing they have to do something if they're gonna do this cruiserweight thing.
So this whole cruiserweight, what are you gonna say?
Because there's not enough, talent to not have a bunch of cruiserweights in WWE.
Oh yeah. So is this like a tryout to get onto the show? Is that the whole idea?
That I don't know. It's kind of confusing. I mean, it's really cool and nice, but WWE has a reason why they're doing it. I just don't know what it is yet.
I heard a guy, Tajiri, Brian Hendricks, and that's the only two guys I could remember from back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. I saw some other ones like from TNA.
Really?
Yeah, someone named Tyson Dukes or DUX. I forgot where I remember him from, but
I never heard of
him on there.
Were you a fan of the Were you a fan of the cruiserweight way before Hornswoggle took the belt?
Yeah, I was a fan of it. I mean, there wasn't anything wrong with it.
Do you think? I think WCW did a better job than WWE, huh?
Yeah.
Is there anybody you liked in that division, cruiserweight? Anyone that really stands out in WCW days?
Rey Mysterio, Juventud back in the day. I'm trying to think what other cruiserweights they had.
Was it Parker a cruiserweight? Parker?
I think he was. A lot of the luchadors, I think, were cruiserweights that they brought in.
They had a lot of them, didn't they?
Eddie Guerrero, even.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Chris Benoit was never a part of it, was he?
I think he was.
He was?
if I remember. Was he? He might have been. I don't know. I know Dean Malenko was.
Oh yeah, that was. Now, do you like that belt? Or I mean, is that the original belt from WCW, or is that WWE version when they had it when they brought it over for WWE? Is that the same belt?
I actually don't remember. It's been quite a while.
Okay. Now, hopefully, I don't want to see the light heavyweight belt or European belt back. Would you like to see those two belt back?
Um, Not really. No, I mean, if they bring back like the European, they need to get rid of the U.S. one or something.
But what
And
is it? Is it European belt and U.S. the same damn thing?
U.S. is kind of like in the States, and European would be like overseas.
Oh wow. Um. So are you fired up for this battleground coming up? If it, you know what I'm saying, like, what match would you like to see besides the triple threat match if it does confirm? I mean, if it does happen again.
Any match with Dana Brooke. Let's see what else. I have a feeling they're going to do some kind of variant with John Cena and AJ Styles again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're going to have a match at Battleground and SummerSlam.
Do you think this time it'll be a stipulation at Battleground?
Yeah, like, I don't know, something like with the club not being at ringside.
I don't like that name, the club. I prefer the Bullet Club. You know.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. You know. Now.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. Do you have a favorite stable you like in wrestling world?
Probably NWO is probably my biggest one, and DX is second.
Are you talking about the original DX and the original NWO?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you think that WCW killed the NWO with so many versions of it?
At the end, I think they did, but even like when I think like the middle part when they had like a shit ton of members and NWO and then the Wolfpack, it wasn't that bad, but
No.
near the end, it just kind of got a little old.
Yeah. All that good stuff. I don't know, but what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? I forget what I was gonna say now. Let me see. I forget what I was gonna say now. I lost my concentration. I hate that. You got anything to ask me for once?
What's your thought on Dana Brooke?
I think she's beautiful. In my opinion, she's a beast. I just hopefully one day she gets out of the damn shadow of Charlotte. You know.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of her, or you could care less for the woman?
I'm a fan of hers, and I talk about her a lot on my YouTube channel. I think my subscribers are getting annoyed at me right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think eventually that she's gonna have a match with Charlotte, like a one-on-one match?
I think so. I mean, there's a little bit of tension there, and of course that always means that somewhere down the road they're gonna
Break
split
up.
up.
Does that remind you of The Miz and Alex Riley back in the day? Does that remind you of that?
A little bit, yeah.
And look at Alex Riley. He's not a part of the company anymore, is he?
Nah.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah, I think so, because Alex was a decent talent.
Yeah. And I don't understand that. They use him on TV, and then a couple months later, or a couple years later, they released him. And I don't know if he's in TNA or another company. Any idea?
I think he's just doing independent stuff. I don't think he's with any other company right now.
Oh, wow. Were you a fan of John Morrison? Would you like to see him come back to WWE, or you had no desire to see him back?
It'd be nice to see him back. However, he is doing a good job on Lucha Underground.
Oh, is he? Is he actually getting a push? If they call it a push out there?
It's hard to say. I mean, he's a fairly decent, character, and plus, I think the name recognition they're giving him a pretty good push.
Oh wow. I mean, what's his name out there? Is that John Morrison? Because that's WWE copyright.
Yeah, they call him Johnny Mundo in Lucha Underground.
Oh, okay. Is he a heel or a face? If they call that out there?
Heel.
Oh. I mean, is he still doing the same stuff like from WWE or a totally different thing?
Um, a lot of it's fairly similar. I mean, he does like a lot of those crazy moves, and I don't know, a lot of high risk maneuvers and stuff. So his style is fairly similar.
I missed him. He's pretty decent in WWE. I just wish they kept him. Is it because his contract expired? Is that why he left the company?
His contract, and I'm trying to think if it was him and Melina had some bad heat with the company for saying stuff. I forgot exactly what it was.
Oh, so she left first, then he left, or they both left at the same time?
Yeah, I believe she left first.
Jeez. I think she's a pretty good wrestler, wasn't she, for a female?
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of this, Melina, it has been 8 years. She got injured. Today's the day. Oh, with that match. Do you remember that? What I'm talking about with Melina?
Actually, there's a chance I trying to think like from 2007 to like trying to think when it was late 2010.
I think it was. I think it was
watching wrestling, so I might have missed that match.
Yeah, I think it was like she. I think it was '08. She broke her foot. I'm trying to find it on Twitter, but now I can't find it. I'll go figure. But yeah, she. I think she had like a tag team match, but I don't know. But I liked her. I met her before. She was a cool lady. Um, do you think W can put her in Hall of Fame, or is it because she's on bad terms right now?
They could, but it's kind of hard to say if she was like a really Hall of Fame worthy. I'm sure down the road when they run out of people, they will, but if they do, it's going to be quite a while because I think there's a bunch of other women that are more deserving than her.
Oh wow. Huh. Um,
That's just my opinion, but
and John Morrison is not a Hall of Famer either.
not right now. I mean, I think it had have to be a while.
Yeah, Miz is definitely a. I don't want to say this, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean,
He is. He won like what, 4 tag team champions with 4 different guys. John Morrison, Big Show. Um, I forgot who else he had, but he was not a great wrestler. But he talks a lot of shit on the mic.
yeah, he's a good entertainer.
Yeah, and look at what he's doing now, making these stupid movies. Like anyone gives a shit.
Yeah.
And what's your thoughts on Becky Lynch? I mean, Sasha Banks come back this past Monday.
It's nice to see Sasha Banks. I mean, I kind of miss her. I'm not like totally into her like most people, but it was kind of weird that the fans were, chanting for her, but they kept her off TV when she was perfectly able to wrestle for no reason whatsoever. But it's nice to see her back.
So she wasn't the whole time when they said she was injured. She was not injured.
She was wrestling like at house shows, and then she got injured at a house show, and I think it was a concussion, but that didn't last that long.
Oh, okay. Do you think she's a better wrestler than Charlotte and Paige and the other divas they have now, or women's?
It's hard to say about Paige. I mean, I forgot how good Paige is as a wrestler since she doesn't really do much on the main roster. But I think like Charlotte and stuff, definitely.
Yes, you're right. Um, Now, um, uh, the one, the Clash of the Champions. It used to be it used to be Night of Champions. Now they changed it to Clash of the Champions, and then a pay-per-view in September. Is that the same damn thing, isn't it? That you change it because from WCW, correct?
Oh, probably. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Now I like to see. I think I mentioned in my other podcast. I like to see WWE bring back War Games. That'd be awesome if they bring that back.
Yeah, it's hard to say if they would or not.
Nope. They gotta find an arena to hold War Games.
True.
Is there a War Games? I mean, is there a where you live? Is there a place in where you live can hold war games out there,
Hmm.
like arena,
Trying to think.
like a
I
basketball
guess it
team
depends.
or
Yeah, it depends on the football field. They could probably do it, but of course, it you know,
what are you talking about? You talking about the Denver Broncos, you mean?
yeah,
But I don't think they want to do it
because
for. If they want to do that, they will do it for like a mania, right?
that's hard to say. I mean,
You guys don't have an indoor. Oh, the Pepsi arena for the Nuggets. Can they do
yeah,
that?
war games wouldn't fit in the Pepsi Center.
It won't.
I don't think so. No, I think that might be just. I mean, it's kind of big, but it's not as big as like other stadiums.
Okay. But if they bring it back, it won't be as good as the old days because it's too PG. No, you won't see no blood. You're just gonna see some guys going back and forth like crazy, and just make them tap out or whatever the rules are. And were you a fan of the war games back in the day, or you could care less for the war game from WCW version?
Um, I I don't remember watching a whole lot of them, so I'm not really too big of a fan, just because I never saw a whole lot of them.
So I'm assuming you don't have the DVD or Blu-ray, do you, in your collection?
I probably do. I don't think I ever watched it.
Hey, don't feel bad. I didn't either. um, any other questions you want to ask me? I think you only asked me one question on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Trying to think what other questions. What are your thoughts as AJ Styles being a heel?
Well, I'm kind of, surprised, but we all know that's gonna come. I think he's doing a pretty good job, huh?
I think so. Yeah.
Speaking of AJ, do you hear a rumor that before the John Cena match, he was gonna be in the mid card? Do you hear about that?
Oh, yeah. I heard that the original plans was for him to kind of be in a mid card and slowly build up to main event.
Wow.
But because of the reactions he was getting at house shows, and especially at the Rumble, that
Oh
they
yeah.
changed their mind.
So I'm assuming that he's gonna stay on top for a long ass time, huh?
I think so. Yeah, it'd be smart.
Yes. Does that mean he's gonna be champion, or do you think WWE's not gonna give him that title picture at all again?
They should give it to him. I mean, in a year or two, because I don't know how many more years AJ has. He's starting to get up there. He's almost 40 years old.
He doesn't look 40. He looks good for his age. I mean, I'm not
I
being
know.
weird, but he looks good.
Yeah,
He looks way better than Sting when Sting came in the company.
true.
And what's your thoughts on Sting not being very mobile? His last match against Seth Rollins last year at Night of Champions. I mean, not really good because that freak accident.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad to see that happen. Especially, it took Sting forever to get to WWE, and when it happened, he only had a couple matches.
Yep.
And the only one he won was like a shitty tag match on Raw.
Yeah. No one doesn't want to talk about that one.
Yeah.
Now, he said a while back, I'll be back. So, do you think there's possibility he'd be part of this brand split as a GM?
It's possible. I mean, it'd be nice to see him. And I'm sure he'd be a better GM on Raw and SmackDown than he was in TNA.
Well, how bad was he in TNA? I don't know why, but I heard it was brutal.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, some of it kind of got,
What? Real bad or what?
kind of bad. I don't know.
Okay.
Some of it, I think they just basically over pushed him. They gave him too much TV time, and I forgot if that when he was Joker Sting or not.
Now, speaking of that, for the Raw GM and the SmackDown GM, they said, for the upcoming draft, they don't want the GM for Raw SmackDown get involved so much. They want the wrestlers to get involved more often. The TV wise.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, or do you prefer the guy? I mean, whoever's gonna be the GM for Raw SmackDown? Do you think they should get the spotlight more often than they did in the past, or you prefer the storylines and the wrestling instead to get more?
It's hard to say. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and look at NXT and how William Regal is a GM, but he rarely comes out. He only makes the most important decisions, but mostly it's like the wrestlers have more time doing stuff. So maybe
Okay.
that is a better approach, but it's hard to say.
Okay. Too bad they didn't do that back in the day. You know, McMahon every week. McMahon always got to come out on Raw, or SmackDown, pay per view. But I don't know if that really helped the views out or not. Do you think that it helped out big time back in the day when the glory years of the WF slash WWE?
It's hard to say back in the day. I don't remember
I'm
how
not. No,
far
I'm not
back,
talking
but I
about
know
the.
like
I'm not.
recently.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the Hogan era. I'm talking about the Attitude era. Do you think that really helped out with the McMahon's always on TV?
At the time, it might have just because it was different.
But after a while, it got burned out, huh?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched on Facebook the Stephanie McMahon live video thing, like Q&A session? Ever watch it ever?
Um, I might have caught one of them, but I probably need to like her on Facebook.
Okay, what's your thoughts on her? I mean, whatever you've seen, do you think she's doing a pretty good job or whatever she's doing on Facebook?
Seems like she's doing all right, but I've only seen part of one. I think that's because one of my friends was watching.
Okay. Do you know she's got a book coming out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um. So are you? I mean, if they have great matches for um I want to say Battleground. I mean, if it's gonna be a shitty card, are you just gonna skip it until SummerSlam? You gonna watch that instead, or are you just gonna watch every pay per view coming up?
Uh, I usually watch every pay per view, and that's depending on work or not.
Okay.
But yeah, even if they suck, I still try to watch them, and I might not be completely focused on them. Like I might multitask, but
Okay. So, but probably you more focus on the road to WrestleMania, correct? Or if something big happens on Raw, huh?
yeah, basically yeah.
So I'm assuming that you're not gonna focus on the draft, are you? You're just gonna do multitask, huh?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. It depends on how interested I am, because I'm always multitasking, whether if it's playing video games or
Okay.
posting a bunch of funny stuff on Twitter.
So did Brock Lesnar get permission from WWE for do UFC this month or no next month and SummerSlam, or do you know the inside scoop about Lesnar?
I heard that somewhere in his contract this whole time there was like a thing where he could always go back for, if UFC needed him, but I don't know exactly how true that is, but it sounds somewhat legit.
So if he gets hurt next month, does that mean he'd be screwed at SummerSlam? He'd be unable to compete?
Yeah, because I read that he has to have a physical done and he has to pass the physical in order to compete at SummerSlam. So if he gets too hurt and the doctors say he's not ready or he's not able, then
Oh,
he won't.
I mean, if he's okay, does he still gotta have a physical to compete at SummerSlam?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's hard to say. I mean, I think that's what the plan is, but we'll see how messed up he gets in this fight.
But it's not really about the money, is it? He just want to go back just for. He said I could still do it, right?
I'm sure it has to do with both.
Okay, but he really don't need the money. Probably all these years from WWE, he saved a buttload because he was a full-time wrestler. So I'm assuming he don't need the money. I mean, I could be totally wrong, Jekyll Knight.
Yeah, because I think the reason why he came back to the WWE is because he had the opportunity to make more money.
Okay.
So I'm sure money's involved. I'm sure if he doesn't go to WWE, UFC, he'll be fine. But I'm sure he's still about the money.
Oh yeah. Who isn't? You know, that's why you're in this business, to make money, not to and be famous or whatever. But let's see here. I think that wraps it up. Thank you very much, Jekyll Knight. If you want to plug your social media again, go ahead, take it away again.
Okay, subscribe to Jekyll Knight on YouTube. I'm on the road for 1,000 subscribers. If I do, I will unmask. You can also follow me on Twitter at Jekyll Knight and like me on Facebook at Jekyll Knight HD.
Well, good luck with your your unmasked thing. But I know you don't want that to happen, but it might happen. That'd be awesome. Are you gonna make? Oh, by the way, if that happens, are you gonna record it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, good luck, man. Good luck. Anyway, you got any new wrestling videos coming up soon? You wanna say or anything like that?
um, I don't have anything too much planned. Um, I know Gemini wanted me to do a top 10 reasons why I'm a Dana Brooke guy video, but I'll see if I'll do that or not.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I like to hear your thoughts about Dana Brooke. But you say you made videos about her already, huh?
Some video. I like did a reaction when she appeared. What was that one? Extreme Rules.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I have a funny reaction video.
Oh really? Is that on your channel already?
Yeah.
I gotta go check it out. I wonder how long she's gonna stay with Charlotte. I think probably until fall time. Then she's gonna turn face on her, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's hard to say what their plans on with her is.
Okay. You have a good one, and thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. It has been a what?
No problem.
What you gonna say? I'm sorry, I cut you off. What?
Oh, I said no problem.
Yeah, it has been a while since you've been on, and hopefully you come back again soon. So you have a good night, and thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it, man. Good night, man.